Hi, I'm Melanie from Nova Scotia, Canada, and this is Adventures in Groceryland. This is my weekly grocery haul video. We spent $77.06. I also did a point redemption and I redeemed a few fast fuel coupons. Don't worry, I wasn't reckless with those redemptions. I got a lot of great food. Check out what I got. I'm in town and I'm shopping from a list. Looking for relish, hot dog buns, wraps, frozen juice, pork chops, spinach or lettuce, celery, sub buns, cold cuts, broccoli, red onion, and zucchini. Let's take a look and see what we can find. I'm at Avery's Farm Market. You can see the sign there in the background. I have already looked through the Flip app to get an idea of the best prices on the perishables that I'm looking for. And now I'm going to go inside and do a little comparison here. Frozen juice, 97 cents. Let's take a look and see what flavors they have in here. This is a great price. Lawtons has a couple really good flyer deals this week, and they are directly across the road from Giant Tiger where I just left. So that works out perfect. This week, we spent $77.06 on groceries. Before you get in a big panic by thinking how much stuff we have here on the counter, I did redeem $20 worth of PC Optimum points, and I redeemed 3 fast fuel coupons. I'll show the receipts so that you can see what that's all about. I did shop at quite a few stores. Let me look on the counter here. I've got Giant Tiger, Avery's, Sam's, which is a local like value foods, Sobeys, Foodland, Independent, Superstore, and Lawtons. I know that sounds like a lot. And lots of people ask me if I feel like going to all of these stores really does save money. And yes, 100%. It does. Look at the counter. And I do not drive specifically to stores to buy one item or to check and see what they might have on for a deal. I cannot express enough how important it is if you're looking to save, that if you are in an area that you are not normally in, pop into the stores, especially if you know that they're known for great deals, and just look, just check them out. So, oh yes, and one more store, Costco. One item from Costco. I know that store has been like every week, probably for the last 5 weeks. I have been in Halifax more times, I swear, in the past month than I probably have been in the past entire year. None of them trips to go to Costco. I only go to Costco when I'm in Halifax for some other reason. All right, let's get started. The very first item or the store that I went to, I did a lot of shopping on one day. And the very first store that I went to actually was Avery's. And I'd already done some investigating to see what kind of prices the items I was looking at were elsewhere, so that I would know when I went into Giant Tiger if the prices were good or not. So I bought celery and I bought these 2 red onions. The grand total was $4.58. The celery was $2.99, and it was a really nice large pack. And the red onions, $1.59. I thought that was a great value. They were $1.99 a pound. That's a really good deal. Next store I went to was Giant Tiger. So like my stores are all in one area. And I'm trying to find all of my receipts. Here's my Giant Tiger. So I got spinach, $2.97. I got 5 cans of frozen juice. We keep a list just like a handwritten list. And when one of us realizes that we're out of something or that we need something, we add it to the list. So when it's time for one of us to go to town, for whatever the reason, because we don't just grocery shop on a day that's a grocery shopping day. If I'm going to town for a different reason altogether, I'm going to try to pick up what I can at that time so that I don't have to go to town on a special day to go grocery shopping. Anyways, the handsome one had added onto the list frozen juice. It was an unusual request. It happened to be on sale at Giant Tiger this week. They were 97 cents. So I got 2 Fruitopias, 2 pink lemonades, and this one's like a berry medley. And I got wraps. I've been looking for wraps. I have a plan of a meal that I'm going to need these ones for. And these are the smaller size wraps, which is what I'm going to need for that meal. Those were $2.97. And I think that's a great regular price. There's 10 in the package. I got a English cucumber for 97 cents as well. And my grand total was $11.76. So you see everything here. And I thought that was a great price for all of those items. Next, I hit Sobeys because as I'm driving, this is the area or the order that the stores are in. So Sobeys, there was a couple different. All right. So I ended up buying broccoli. And I wanted fresh broccoli this week. I'm really interested in making meals that are cold meals. It's hot, very hot. Heat warning, hot. The humidity is very high. So I wanted broccoli. I want to make some broccoli salad just to have it ready so that if we want to do cold plates or barbecue, we have sides ready. Nothing was really on sale anywhere this week. It was at Giant Tiger, but I didn't like the look of the broccoli. So I am frugal, but I'm not going to buy something if I don't like the look of it, even if it is the better price. That's just common sense. This broccoli was $3.99, so it was $1 more expensive than the broccoli that I looked at Giant Tiger, and I was happy with this. It was really nice and fresh. I also bought these zucchini. They were on for $1.99 a pound as well. And I bought a steak. Marked down steaks. So this was $8.59. It was $4 off. It is a cross rib simmering steak, so I couldn't leave that there. And then I was looking for frozen fruit. I thought that Sobeys had them on in the flyer, and I was mistaken. It was a different store. But when I got to the frozen fruit section, there did happen to be a brand that I wasn't familiar with, and this is called Snowcrest. I have never seen or looked at this before. It is Canadian owned and operated. I liked that. And I did see that it was out of BC, Canada. So this is sliced strawberries, sliced peaches, and blueberries. And this was 600 grams and it was $4. And I just really thought that that was a great buy. You can see here. So it was $4.49, but because I swiped my card, I saved an additional 50 cents, and it was regular, even $2.50 more. So thought it was a great deal. My grand total there was $17.44, and then I popped back in. Oh no, here it is. I popped back in and got some milk, $6.89, because you can't forget your milk. The handsome one had asked me to get milk on a different time, and I did forget to get the milk, so that wasn't that great. Actually, before I even went to Sobeys, I'm saying my things out of order. I stopped at Lawtons. Lawtons is directly across the road from Giant Tiger, like in a little plaza there. They had relish on sale for $2.29, and they had hot dog buns on sale, or all buns on sale for $2.49. So the grand total at Lawtons was $4.78. I haven't been going to Lawtons very much lately, and by lately, I mean the last several years. When I worked at TD Bank, it was in a kind of like a square, and straight through the square was a Lawtons. And I checked the Lawtons flyer like faithfully all the time to see what was on sale. And often on my lunch, I would just walk over and just check out like things in their clearance bin, what they had as in-store markdowns. So this was not that Lawtons. I don't work in that town anymore. So that was located in Kentville for anyone that is in Nova Scotia. This Lawtons was in New Minas, and all of the stores that I was shopping at, those were all in New Minas. So yeah, I should really start looking more at that kind of those kind of flyers. I got eggs at Pharmasave last week. Again, another flyer that I don't really look at that much, and I just need to more. Uh, then I was able to get this again in the mind of cold meals. I had cold cuts on my mind. I wanted to get cold cuts. I looked and priced cold cuts out at all of the stores that I was at, and I just kept remembering that I'd seen this kind at Costco, and that they were $14.99. So we picked this up. I like that they come divided into two. It's actually 900 grams of cold cuts. So that'll make lots of sandwiches or cold plates or whatever we want. I don't know why I just thought of that one right now. That's where it is in the order. Next store was Superstore. Again, I wanted to have something to eat this cold cuts. Like, I've really been thinking of that. And as I was walking by, I didn't go in there to buy these. But these croissants, these sandwich croissants, were 50% off. So I picked up this pack. It worked out to $2.25. No, $2.75. Garden veggies. So I got some more frozen vegetables, and these are yellow beans, green beans, and carrots. It is a 750 gram pack. Those were $3. And I also got this juice that was on sale. Smoothies are a cold item. They were great. I had already just bought the fruit, and sometimes it's really nice to have a different flavor profile than the dairy, so the milk. So these juices were on for $1.25, and I picked this up. It is a orange pure breakfast, and you can see it's got like oranges and some grapes and apples in it, and that'll be good for me to add as a liquid in smoothies. So I'm really happy with those. The grand total at Superstore was $4.35 for the frozen vegetables, and I don't know why. And then I second guessed the croissants and went back. Got the croissants, $2.75. Sometimes you just have to think about it to know if it's really what you want. So that's the majority of the items, but you see a lot of other things on this counter. I actually had wanted to get Foodland. They had $2.99 for pork chops. So pork rib chops, boneless, $2.99 a pound. Superstore had pork chops on sale for the exact same price, $2.99 a pound. But when I looked at them, they were extremely thick chops. They were bone in, and they were like, they had quite a lot of fat on them. I wish I would have taken a video when I was in there. I didn't. But when there's two stores and they have the same thing and it's the same price, but one of them is boneless, it's just a much, much better value. So on a different day, I went to Foodland. I was in Berwick. I went to Foodland, and I was getting these pork chops. It's probably the closest store to my house, and I don't shop there too often because most of my other business is not in that town. So it doesn't make sense for me just to go there to shop, to go to somewhere else to do my other business. And as I was shopping, I saw, and I couldn't believe my eyes. Now, I know these might look like they're in hard shape. These are Brussels sprouts. They had these massive bags. I don't know if you can see this here. These massive bags for $1.99 reduced to clear. These are just the outer leaves. You just pull those leaves off, cut the little stems off here. These are going to be beautiful. I am super excited about those. So I got the Brussels sprouts. I got the pork chops, and the total came to $10.23, which is crazy cheap for those things. And then I decided to redeem some fuel coupons. So you can see there, I redeemed 320, 348, and 291, and I actually paid 64 cents cash out of pocket. That's amazing. I'm very excited about that. And then also, same town, I was going to be driving home and I saw Independent and I thought I never go into Independent. I had seen that Scotty's facial tissues were on sale at Superstore and I thought, I wonder if they are also on sale at Independent. I cannot remember. I pulled into the parking lot, pulled up my app, opened it up, and yes, they were. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to go in. I'm going to go in and I'm going to grab a package of toilet paper. So the cashmere was on for PC card holders, $3.99. The Scotties, so it's 6 packages in each, and I got 2 packs of them. They were also on for $3.99. That's a great buy. And I had full intention that I was going to redeem points for them. And then I thought, you know what? I just want to redeem points. What else could I get here that could bump me up so that I could redeem not $10 and pay the difference, but $20? So I was kind of looking around and I had seen this beef whiskey cheddar cheese burger. I'm not going to use these as burgers. I'm going to use it as as ground burger, and I'm going to cook it that way. It was 30% off. That's what Independent does. They don't do 50% off. And I also got this tomato paste. The grand total came to $20.66. How excellent was I just getting over that threshold? And I redeemed $20. You can see there on the bottom that I paid 66 cents. I feel like this is pretty fantastic. Like, this was a wonderful haul. And I love saving my points and using them when I also get phenomenal deals. Oh, I forgot a store. We were at my in-laws this weekend visiting, and we drive through a community that we're not in all of the time. So if we go to their house, no matter what, we stop at Sam's and I just take a quick walk around the store to see if there is anything that I am interested in. I got this Irish mature raw milk red cheddar cheese for $1.99. Specialty. It's fancy, guys. I got this Wensleydale cheese with cranberries. This was $2.99. Again, this is fancy kind of cheese, not the big bricks that I normally buy. And then I saw these little nibblers. These are cheese curds. So for anyone that's been following along, I do love a good poutine. And these are called nibblers, but they're actually curds. So I thought these would be great on a poutine. They are flavored, so I don't know how that's going to turn out, but these were 50% off. The grand total for all 3 of those items was $8.22. I think these were about $3, $3.25. I just think that that's pretty fantastic for some really fun and specialty cheeses. These will also work really great, just cut up as pieces if we're doing charcuterie style or nibbly trays. I'm really happy with all of this stuff. I feel like it was a phenomenal week. I haven't really bought tons of meat. You know what I also miss saying about? Look at this stuff down here. This was a markdown that I got at Sobeys. It's like root vegetables in there, carrots and stuff. And it's in one of those barbecue tins. It's flavored already just to go right on the barbecue. And I think that will go well with some pork chops. You know what? I think this and some of these would go really great together. I'm already planning many, many meals in my mind. I just think this was a really great week. I've been rambling on. Let me know your thoughts. This is a little addition to the grocery haul this week. I had sent the handsome one to make a stop at Shoppers Drug Mart when he was in town. I told him that deodorant was on sale, asked him to pick it up, and he could redeem points for it. And he actually redeemed points for these items. So these cost nothing. The yogurt bars were on sale for $3.29. And then, of course, 50% off of that brought them down to $1.84. We absolutely love these Greek yogurt bars. These juices were in the $1 bin. So you could see they'd marked it down initially, but then they switched that one to the $1 bin, and that was the $1 bin. So we've got, oh, cranberry twist. Let's get them around the right side. Cranberry twist and pink grapefruit. And then these chocolate covered chips, Cow's chocolate covered chips. Anne of Green Gables chocolates. These were also 50% off, and this little container was $3. Yes, that's the 50% off price for chocolate covered chips, which I've never had before. I've talked about them, but I've never actually tried them, so I actually thought that was pretty thoughtful. We're going to try these. I am pretty happy with all of the food that we got this week, and I just want to reinforce that I accrue the majority of my points very organically. I have a PC Optimum bank account, and I redeem my points just by using my PC MasterCard and my PC debit card. That's where I get the majority of my points. Oh, plus, of course, I get points when my paycheck gets deposited and when I pay bills out of the account. So I accumulate just average monthly taking care of business kind of stuff. That's how I get my points. So I think it's well worth it to look into what might be the most beneficial option for you, how you spend, where you shop. I shop at Superstore and Shoppers a lot, so having an option where I accumulate that kind of points works really well for me. I was really happy with the groceries, and I hope that you think that I did a wonderful, got lots of really awesome stuff this week. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would appreciate it if you would do so. It will help me. Likes, share, comments, they help me as well. Have a great week, everybody, and see you on Friday for our weekly meal video.